OC World is made possible by the generous contributions of Marisla Foundation, Keith and Judy Swain Family Foundation, Wells Fargo Bank, the University of California, Irvine, Orange County Community Foundation, Cordoba Corporation, Farmers and Merchants Bank, and viewers like you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Michael Matsuda. I am the superintendent of the Anaheim Union High School District. Our district is a 7 through 12 district comprised of about 27,000 students, covers 5 cities, and it has very urban demographics. A lot of low-income students, first-generation immigrant students, refugees, about 47 languages spoken in our district. And disturbingly, about 10% are classified as homeless through the federal government.
Tiger Woods graduated in 1994 from Western High School in the Anaheim Union High School District. 2 years later, he launched TGR Foundation. Although Matsuda was not in office as superintendent when TGR Learning Lab opened in 2006, he was a teacher in the classroom at the time, and he recognized the value of a public institution working in conjunction with the business community.
And as I kind of rose in the system, I recognized the value of TGR, as it's called now, and it's a national organization, and it's really a conduit between public institutions like schools and the private world. And we need those types of navigators. The public institution leaders do not speak the language of business, and even vice versa. So you need those types of conduits, and TGR is one of a very powerful and influential conduit.
One of the really unique aspects of the TGR Foundation is obviously Tiger Woods. He is absolutely passionate about helping underserved students. He went to a very challenged high school, and from that, he developed a passion for helping young people. And to see how he has devoted the last 26 years of his life to doing this work is really remarkable. When he first started the foundation, he was 21 years old. Most people, most athletes would wait until later in their careers to do this kind of work. And his father said, "You're going to do it right now." So he started when he was 21, and he has raised hundreds of millions of dollars for charity.
TGR Learning Lab provides students from 5th to 12th grades with unique hands-on learning experiences in science, technology, engineering, and math, what academia calls the STEM courses. These after-school and summer workshops and classes include such innovative learning experiences as video game design, drone technology, forensics, robotics, artificial intelligence, podcasting, 3D printing, cybersecurity, and multimedia. Students who participate in the program come directly from the local communities and school districts. There are no burdensome application interview processes, nor are there any fees or charges made to students or their families, and bus transportation to and from activities is also provided. To date, TGR Learning Lab has supported and helped develop career pathways for countless students, mostly multiracial or students of color.
TGR Foundation exists to empower young people to pursue their passions through education. We see that manifested in many ways, through academic support, through wraparound services like health and wellness and youth development, and through college and career readiness. Our classrooms are small, they're experiential, they're hands-on. Kids are not sitting in their seats, they're up around their educators. We hire professional educators, we provide them the best of the best. And so we spark the imagination in young people, and the outcomes that we're hearing when our students tell us what they got is about confidence to try new things, they've been exposed to new careers that might be opportunities for them. And when you excite a young person and you provide them opportunities, all of a sudden they're a little bit more interested when they go back to the classroom because they know what that path is. So if I'm excited about a new STEM curriculum I studied here, I'm going to pay a little bit more attention to math class because one of my advisors here might have said, you really need math in order to pursue this career. So it's all connected if we're really serving the holistic child.
So we offer a number of different STEM programs here at the Learning Lab, starting with our 5th grade day program, and we work with about a dozen different school districts around Orange County and beyond. We work closely with the Anaheim Union High School District for our expanded learning, our after-school programs, and we take into account different things like market factors, student interest, and alignment with the school district. So one example of how we work with Anaheim Union High School District is last year we offered for the first time a brand new indoor drones program, and the Anaheim Union High School District at Loera High School offers a drone technology pathway opportunity for students who are interested in pursuing a career in that, getting their FAA drones pilot license. So we work closely with the district in situations like that where we can work with teaching 7th and 8th graders about drones and also letting them know, hey, if this is part of your passion and your purpose, this is something that you can continue to study in high school through the Anaheim Union High School District. We want to be able to foster in our students that sense of curiosity and equip them with opportunities to own their own learning experiences and be very student-centric about it, figuring out what is it that the students like, what are they interested in, what are they inquisitive about, and making sure that all of our learning experiences are fun and hands-on and have real-world connections to it. In addition to the actual content, the STEM-based content that we cover will include a career component. So if they're in our Multimedia 101 class, they'll learn about different careers that they can think about for their futures. And if some of those careers require a college degree, then we'll include some college access programming as well for students to help them in their roadmap to that particular career aspiration.
When I talk to people about the TGR Foundation, I talk first and foremost about serving students, making sure that those students are safe, that they have the resources that they need, that they have the confidence that they need in order to thrive in their lives. And what I tell people, very simply, is that's what our staff does. Our staff works very closely with students, parents, school board members, faculty members, to make sure that the students have the resources that they need, but even more importantly, that they have the confidence that they need to be successful citizens. And I think that one of the things I really am so passionate about is that the students love it here. They love coming to this place. They love coming to the TGR Learning Lab. This is their space. You look around, it's very vibrant. It's a place where they can find their own passions and then pursue them on their own. So what we try to do is give them the tools so they can thrive.
Alma Gutierrez went to Tiger Woods' alma mater Western High School in Anaheim, where she played on the golf team her sophomore year. While attending the TGR Learning Lab, she discovered a passion for learning and later became a student volunteer on her path to becoming a first-generation college graduate. TGR Foundation annually selects students for its Earl Woods Scholar Program, who have demonstrated leadership and commitment to their communities and academic achievements. Once scholars are selected, they are provided a financial scholarship and a dedicated mentor who will stay with them over the course of their college journey. Alma now works as director of the Earl Woods Scholar Program, where roughly 100 scholarships are awarded annually that pay for 4 years of college, going to Stanford, Harvard, UCLA, and Cal State Fullerton.
So something I've learned is never underestimate a student. Always give them, that grace, because I think that something that's kind of flawed in the educational system, especially the public sector, is that they look so much at GPAs and they'll judge a student based on it. And you could have someone who's brilliant, but maybe their way of learning is not the traditional way. So I would say that's my biggest takeaway, is every student has surprised me, because there's something about them that just makes them so special and unique. There's no formula for every single person because we're all so different. So I think that's the same thing I take away with my scholars is that, you know, we definitely are like all our students are high achieving. They have 4.0 GPAs in high school. So, you know, when they go to college, it is a bit of a transition when they get their first C or their first B or their first D or F. But it's just always making sure to know like, hey, you could do this, you got this, like don't underestimate yourself because of a grade. Like, you know, you are above that. Like you have so many amazing qualities in you, and just reminding them about that is always my favorite part.
Above and beyond the STEM curriculum and scholarship programs, this powerful confluence of private and public sectors, including nonprofit, corporate, philanthropic, academic, and government, working together in a partnership, creates more value for students, their families and schools, and the community.
When we came to Anaheim, we came with an open heart, open mind, wanted to know what Anaheim needed to be successful. It wasn't about the TGR Foundation coming in and saying, here's our program, this is what we think is going to be successful in your community. It was really all about, what do you need? So we did focus groups with students, parents, teachers, school administrators, local groups, community groups. We talked to people at UC Irvine, we talked to people at the school district, and we really wanted to learn what are the things that they needed. And I think that ended up giving us so much information to be able to then craft programs that were going to be useful and exciting for the students. So when we talked to the students, we said, what kind of programs do you want to see? And they said, we'd love to see robotics programs. We'd love to see forensic science programs. We'd also like to have a salsa dancing class. I mean, there was like, it was all over the place. But at the same time, we learned that that was what was going to bring them to the center. And that's what we did. So we actually designed curriculum around what their needs were, and we did that in partnership with Anaheim Unified. So it wasn't about us coming in and saying, oh, you need all this help and we know how to do it. It was listening. And I think with any partnership, that's where the magic happens. When you listen to people and then you work together to find a common solution.
Because of the relationship that the TGR Foundation has with the world of work and business, they were able to bring prominent corporate partners to the district. For example, Providence, tying Providence to our pathways and creating internships, mentoring, all kinds of opportunities that provides more cohesion between K-12, even K-16, and the world of work. That's the missing piece that the foundation brings, is sort of the glue to bring cohesion to our system. And I think TGR has always approached developing curriculum that align with what we're trying to do in terms of career pathways, the 5 C's, transferable skills. And initially, a lot of TGR's work was sort of after-school STEM programs, focusing obviously on elementary and then junior high. And I think lately they've become much more involved with high school pathways and bringing in big partnerships and opportunities for our kids.
And so we looked at what are the values of TGR Foundation, what are the values of Providence, what are our goals, and where, like on a Venn diagram, do they overlap? For us, it was around 3 areas: health equity, workforce development, and health education generally. And so with those pillars, we said, okay, how can TGR Foundation support our goals in each of those areas? And how can Providence support what's important to TGR Foundation, which is youth education, which is supports of communities and helping children find their passion and sustain that passion throughout college and into adulthood.
I think we are in a unique position now to be able to share that experience with other places. So we are launching programs in Los Angeles and in Philadelphia. 2 different sides of the country, one a little bit closer. But I think with both of those places, we're able to apply the lessons learned. So we are going in, again, open heart, open minds, and listening. What is it that they need in their particular communities? And I think especially since the pandemic, those needs are stronger than ever. It's shocking how much the needs are in those communities. And so what we've been able to do is have meetings directly with the school boards, with the teachers, with students, and listen to what it is that they want going forward. So it's not going to be exactly the same program we started with here 17 years ago. It's going to evolve. And that's what I think is sustainable, is you have to keep evolving, you have to keep growing. There are cities across the United States that need this kind of help. Miami, Chicago, Seattle, you name it. We hope to be able to expand into all of those locations. From the beginning, Tiger wanted this place to be a beacon for students, for them to love learning, to grow. And so what's been so exciting is to watch this place in Anaheim become the model that we're going to take out nationally. So our next location is going to be in Cobbs Creek, Philadelphia, and after that, Lulu's Place, which will be located in Los Angeles. To think that the work here is now going national is very exciting, and I think it's not going to be easy. It takes a long time to build those relationships, but I think that we have a model here that is absolutely replicable in other cities across the United States. There is so much need across this country for quality programs that benefit motivated youth. The youth are there. We just need to give them the tools so they can thrive.
Our expansion into Philadelphia and Los Angeles are very authentic partnerships. At Cobbs Creek, it's a renovation of a golf course that is all about equity and inclusion. It was a golf course where Charlie Sifford learned how to play golf and was allowed to play golf early in his career. So it's a very authentic opportunity for us to go into that community. They wanted to make sure that in addition to the golf course, the short course, the driving range, which we will give access to our young people, that they had an education center. And the TGR Learning Lab, they looked at a lot of other nonprofits, and the TGR Learning Lab really was what they were looking for as far as what they would deliver for that West Philly area.
The 30,000 square foot TGR Learning Lab at Cobbs Creek, a storied public golf course in Philadelphia, will provide the same sorts of unique hands-on learning experiences in STEM-based courses as the Anaheim facility.
It's incredible for us to be able to expand what we're doing, not just in the Southern California region, but now to go bi-coastal and go to the East Coast and create the same environment that we've had here in Southern California, to be able to create that in Philadelphia. Having access to education, that's something that we have done an incredible job over the years. To be able to have them come to a facility that is safe, that is public, that is where they're able to learn the different STEM programs and be able to have the ability to find their passions and then chase after their passions, and then for us to support them throughout that whole entire process is something that we're all very proud of.
The proposed 30-acre TGR Learning Lab in Los Angeles, also slated to be completed by 2026, has already raised more than $90 million. Inspired by business entrepreneur Doug Kimmelman's wife, Carol Lulu Kimmelman, Lulu's Place will be similar in scope to the TGR Foundation in Anaheim and Philadelphia, though with a different set of challenges and needs in academic enrichment and support, athletics and fitness, and college and career preparedness. Partners include the U.S. Tennis Association Foundation, Windward Academy, Jersey Mike's, the Walt Disney Company, ESPN, Cedars-Sinai, Providence Healthcare Providers, and the Kimmelman Family Foundation. Construction of the facility is slated to be completed by 2026, though programs are already running in various partnerships with local school districts.
When you're building something of this scale, one of the mistakes that some organizations do is they live in a silo. They are just kind of doing their work with their head down, just kind of focusing on their group. But you can't do that if you're going to have a sustainable program, in my view. I think that you have to look more broadly into what are the needs of the community, what are the needs of the corporations, what are the needs of the municipality, and try and tie those together in meaningful ways. So the only way you can do that is by building relationships and by listening. You have to listen to what are the needs in the community and what can we address. We can't do everything, right? So you have to kind of choose your moments, you choose your strengths, and then you partner with other people who can fill these other gaps. So for example, in Los Angeles, we were meeting with the YMCA, we're meeting with AYSO, we're meeting with LAUSD, we're meeting with Inglewood Unified. We're trying to understand what all those needs are and how we can complement each other, because I think that's where the real special nature of our work is really in complementing each other and not competing with each other. And I think that is not just in programming, but also in dollars, right? I mean, if you can make a case to a large foundation that you are working with other organizations that they're also funding, then you've got a much stronger case than why are you just doing this work on your own? We all benefit if we work together.
Measuring outcomes is a challenge because we're moving from traditional metrics, standardized tests, kind of an SAT-driven world, to more of an essay-driven world, which is more difficult to measure. If you think about our drivers of measuring collaboration, our compassion, our creativity, that's a big challenge. However, we do have outcome data at UC Irvine, our major UC partner, and Cal State Fullerton, longitudinal 4-year data now that reflects how well our students are doing at the University of California. Our students from Anaheim, our low-income students, students of color, are outperforming higher income students from every single district, feeder district into UCI, both in GPA and persistence rates. We are very fortunate that TGR Foundation is nested in the Anaheim Union High School District. So, I mean, from elementary school, even though we are a 7 through 12 district, our kids know the TGR Foundation. There is that trust in this institution. Our teachers, many of our teachers are trained in STEM, and a lot that have come out of here. So the relationship is very personal, and it's a deep and long relationship built on trust. And that's the magic sauce, right? In trying to build trust in institutions that are at risk.
So we partner with TGR Foundation to, again, create this whole ecosystem, this continuum of human experience, because none of us are just public and private. We all move through spaces that are both public and private. We are a better partner when we can come together and really imagine very specific programs and initiatives that bring the best of both of us together.
I think a lot of organizations talk about public-private partnerships. They are not easy. They take a lot of work. You have changes in leadership. You have changes in administrations. There is a lot of work to sustain those partnerships, but when they work correctly, it is incredible to see the impact that they can have. We've seen it here in Anaheim. We serve thousands of students every year in partnership with Anaheim Unified. And because of that enduring partnership and that trust among the two organizations, we're able to evolve together and find out what those needs are at any particular time.
Public education is a major component to the success of the United States. And I think that we are at this crisis point, inflection point, where young people are questioning the value of higher ed, the cost of higher ed, and whether they are getting those skills. So the public-private partnership, and when I say public, it's K-16, because we have a collaborative that includes UC Irvine and Cal State Fullerton and community colleges, and TGR Foundation is part of that collaborative. We need business to come in to this conversation and help rebuild hope and optimism and confidence, and help us, K-16, develop better structures and systems so we're better aligned to the world of work and beyond. I think that America needs and hungers for a system that really can produce better neighbors, better parents, better citizens who can truly participate in this 250-year-old experiment called democracy.